Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Steelers Patrick Peterson sounds off on different experience amid fluid role. The Pittsburgh Steelers remain far too offensively stagnant and have suffered multiple costly injuries, and yet they are 5-3. Once again, head coach Mike Tomlin is getting his team to buy in and play above its collective talent level. That philosophy can only be mastered when guys make the necessary sacrifices. Patrick Peterson is in the midst of a big transition from every down cornerback to occasional safety, which can be overwhelming or even humiliating for some athletes. For the three-time All-Pro, however, the position change is hardly a compromise at all. He is embracing this new, exciting challenge. It does feel different because I never had the opportunity to do it in any of the other places I was at, Peterson said, per Chris Adamski of TribLive.com. Like I talked about early on when I first signed here, Coach Tomlin told me I would have opportunity to do that. My eyes just lit up because I want to be a ball player and be at any position they feel, and I feel can help the team be successful. The 33-year-old, who shined with the Arizona Cardinals for 10 seasons, feels rejuvenated in his first year with the Steelers. He has 1 interception, 7 passes defensed and 23 combined tackles in 8 games. Adjusting to safety and the component of run defense that comes along with it is undeniably an arduous task, but Patrick Peterson is doing his part to keep Pittsburgh in playoff contention. Mike Tomlin hopes his versatility will be on full display when the team hosts the Green Bay Packers Sunday afternoon. Underestimating the fight of the 8-time Pro Bowler and the Steelers just feels unwise at this point. Pickett eyeing consistency as Steelers homestand ends versus Packers. Not yet anyway. More than a full season into Pickett's career as an NFL starter, he remains very much a work in progress. At least during the game's first 3 quarters, when consistency, accuracy, and rhythm seem elusive. Things change over the final 15 minutes. The happy feet he sometimes displays in the pocket calm. The touch that can temporarily abandon him returns. And his quarterback rating, and the results, skyrocket. He's awesome in the fourth quarter, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said. Man, he rises up in those moments. The key for Pittsburgh, 5-3, if it wants to stay in the middle of the hotly contested AFC North race, is finding a way to have whatever magic Pickett summons in the final frame expand to the first 3 quarters. He'll get another chance Sunday when Green Bay, 3-5, visits Acrisure Stadium. It's consistency, Pickett said. We've shown that we can do it, but we don't do it consistently through those quarters where the lead could have been much greater heading into that fourth, where we didn't have to win it in the fourth. Not that it has mattered. 4 of Pittsburgh's 5 victories this season have come in games it has trailed heading into the fourth. Yet the Steelers keep finding a way to survive when things get tight thanks to one of the most opportunistic defenses in the league and a quarterback who only truly looks like a franchise cornerstone when he absolutely has to. It beats the alternative. As long as you find ways to win, that's all that matters, Pickett said. The same goes for Green Bay first-year starter Jordan Love, who rebounded from 5 largely listless performances by throwing for 228 yards with a touchdown and no picks against the Rams last Sunday. Like Pickett, Love oversees an offense that has trouble getting going. Unlike Pickett, however, Love has often been a factor in his team's struggles. The win over Los Angeles was Love's first game without an interception since Week 2. And now he faces a defense that is 3rd in the NFL in takeaways, 16. They do a good job of creating some chaos and getting those turnovers, and that's the key for us is to not let that happen in this game, Love said. Pickens' plight. Steelers wide receiver George Pickens downplayed the idea that he was frustrated after beating Tennessee, even though cameras caught him seemingly sulking after teammate Deontay Johnson's go-ahead touchdown in the fourth quarter. Maybe, but there's little doubt Pickens wants to be more involved after being limited to 3 catches for 21 yards over the last 2 games after averaging 4.5 receptions for 82.5 yards over Pittsburgh's first 6 contests. He's an unbelievable player, Pickett said. Moving him around, having him do some different things, not being a sitting target where they can count on him being in one place is a start. Relying on rookies. With the NFL's youngest roster, the Packers have been relying quite a bit on their rookie class. Those rookies will try to build on the momentum they established against the Rams. Tight end Luke Musgrave scored his first career touchdown and Anthony Johnson Jr. got his first interception in that game. Carrington Valentine had 3 passes defensed, and defensive lineman Carl Brooks had 2 more. Anders Carlson went 2 of 3 on field goal attempts. Lucas Van Ness had a tackle for loss. Dontavian Wicks lost a fumble, but also had 4 catches for 49 yards. Emmanuel Wilson had a 31-yard run. Jayden Reed had just 3 catches for 19 yards in that game, but he has a team-high 333 yards receiving this season. Handling the run. Run defense has been one of Green Bay's biggest weaknesses throughout Matt LaFleur's 5-year coaching tenure, but the Packers have stepped up in that regard the last couple of weeks. The Packers gave up just 62 yards on 31 carries in a 24-10 loss to the Minnesota Vikings on October 29. They followed that up by allowing 68 yards on 26 carries in their victory over the Rams. Canada on the move. Pittsburgh offensive coordinator Matt Canada will be on the sideline for a second straight game. The club moved Canada from the coach's box in an effort to provide Canada with a different perspective and allow for more collaboration. The early results were promising. The Steelers ran for a season-high 166 yards and scored an opening drive touchdown for the first time this season. The reviews were positive, Tomlin said. And so, we'll continue to work in that area. And we'll probably continue to turn other things over in an effort to continue to improve. Key Cowboys starter predicted to likely bolt Dallas, set to leave. The latest Dallas Cowboys rumors offer speculation that starting safety Jayron Kearse may leave in free agency. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballentine breaks down some of the Cowboys' most regrettable decisions at the trade deadline. The analyst believes the front office should have dealt Kearse since the safety is set to leave Dallas. Dallas opted not to make a move at the deadline despite other NFC contenders like the Eagles, 49ers, and Seahawks making significant trades. Ballentine argues that Kearse is a strong candidate to leave the Cowboys following the season. But his time with the Cowboys could be coming to a close, Ballentine details in his November 8, 2023 column Decisions the Cowboys Should Regret 1 week after trade deadline. He's set to be a free agent in 2024, and Dan Quinn has developed several other safeties who are capable of absorbing the snaps that would be vacated by Kearse's departure. Earlier in the season, Kearse was on the field for every defensive snap. Since the bye week, he's seen a reduction in those snaps. Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker are playing more than Kearse, with Wanya Thomas waiting in the wings, Ballentine continues. Kearse is a good player, but the Cowboys had an opportunity to trade from a position of strength to either address a need or get more draft picks. With Kearse set to leave in free agency, it might have been wise to see what they could get for him. Kearse is in the final season of a 2-year, $10 million contract. The safety has a $4 million salary and $6.1 million cap hit for 2023. The counter to Ballentine's argument is Kearse is unlikely to have had a great deal of trade value. The defender has just months remaining on his deal and has had his worst season of his career, per Pro Football Focus. Kearse grades at a 51.9 out of 100 through the first 9 weeks of the season. This is down considerably from the 70.2 grade Kearse earned in 2022. If the Cowboys view things similarly as PFF, there might be plenty of reasons to allow Kearse to walk. Kearse has 37 tackles, 3 pass deflections, 1 interception and a sack in 8 appearances this season. Given the decline in production, Dallas could also look to re-sign Kearse at a reduced rate. Dallas faces plenty of decisions on a number of additional key players set to hit free agency. Some of the upcoming Cowboys free agents also include Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, Stephon Gilmore, Dante Fowler Jr., Jonathan Hankins, and Tyler Baiadas among others. Pollard is one of the more interesting players to watch this offseason. The running back is playing on the $10 million franchise tag in 2023. Pollard has not topped 55 rushing yards in 5 straight games. It is worth watching to see if Dallas turns to the draft to find a cheaper RB1 option rather than re-signing Pollard. Spotrac projects Pollard's market value to be a 3-year, $20 million contract. Given his inconsistent production this season, it is hard to imagine Pollard finding this lucrative of a deal. Cowboys rumors will heat up in the coming months regarding their future running back. And you fan, what do you think of the Jayron Kearse situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.